I didn't wait for the dust to settle. I stepped out onto the surface, my heavy boots sinking into the soft, red soil. The sky above was a bruised purple, marred by the contrails of distant starships. Adjutant target acquisition, I ordered, raising my pistol. How far out? Visual contact in 30 seconds, the AI replied. The hostiles are moving in a standard column formation. There are 20 of them. They do not appear to have air support. 20 droids. I looked back at the command center. The supply depot was already half finished, its structural frame glowing with the heat of the welding torches. I needed to buy the SCVs more time. I found a cluster of jagged boulders overlooking the path and took cover, checking my ammo counter. "I'm engaging," I said. The first of the droids crested the ridge. They were spindly, tan-colored machines, holding rifles that looked like refined toys compared to my C-14. They moved with a jerky, mindless rhythm that made my skin crawl. They weren't soldiers, they were products. I waited until the lead droid was less than 50 meters out. I squeezed the trigger. The C-14 bucked against my shoulder, the high-velocity spike round punching through the lead droid's chest plate in a shower of sparks and synthetic fluid. It collapsed, and the others immediately stopped, their heads swiveling in unison. "Hostiles identified," one of the droids chirped in a high, tinny voice. "Engaging target." They opened fire. The air turned into a haze of red plasma bolts. They missed by a mile, hitting the rocks around me and sending sprays of stone into my visor. I didn't flinch. I kept firing, cycling through my rounds with the precision drilled into me since basic training. Another droid went down, then a third. "Commander," the adjutant's voice sounded in my ear. "Minerals are accumulating. We have enough to begin construction on a barracks. With a barracks, we can produce marine infantry." "Do it," I replied, ducking as a plasma bolt scorched the plating on my shoulder. "I need those marines now." I shifted my position, crawling deeper into the rock formation. The droids were beginning to spread out, trying to flank me, but they were slow. They lacked the tactical aggression I was used to. They were programmed for intimidation, not true warfare. I checked my HUD. The barracks icon was pulsing, signaling that the structure was ready for deployment. I tapped a command into my gauntlet. A deep, heavy rumble shook the ground behind me as a drop pod slammed into the surface, dust and debris flying outward. The hatch on the pod blew off with a pressurized roar. Inside, the first of my Marines stood waiting, his power armor gleaming in the purple light. He stepped out, his C-14 rifle already leveled at the droids. "Contact," he shouted, his voice a gravelly echo of my own, moving to engage. He didn't wait for orders. He opened fire, the rapid thud of his rifle cutting through the alien silence like a hammer on an anvil. Within seconds, the remainder of the droid squad was nothing more than scrap metal strewn across the red dirt. The battlefield fell silent again. I stood up, brushing the dust from my armor. "Status?" I asked. "Hostile unit eliminated," the adjutant reported. "Barracks operational. You have enough resources to produce 4 additional Marines, Commander." I looked out toward the horizon, where the distant sounds of a much larger battle were echoing through the valleys. The droids were just the beginning. "Load them up,"